Hi, everyone. I think we are live. Welcome to Portal Crawl 3, MetaTr. We are going to be jumping across the worlds today. I am here in the stream today. This is Evo Haining joining you, along with Ben Irwin and Julie Smithson on the stream today. Julie?
Hi, Evo. Hi, everybody. Great to see everyone. It's going to be a great show. This one's going to be really interesting, and bear with us as we're going through these worlds and a couple of different devices, different platforms, the audio thing. For me, my personal setup, Evo, is desktop or a laptop here, and I've got Zoom open. That's why people can't hear me through that platform, but we're projecting through StreamYard, right? And then from StreamYard, back to you. Where are we headed today?
Well, we are headed to 6 different worlds today, starting with a wonderful place called Nowhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put up our first URL is Nowhere.io. But first off, I would love to just give you a little bit of onboarding and context as we are getting started today. So as you are in Zoom, today, Zoom is where you can interact on chat. We ask that you please stay muted so that everyone does not have sound issues while we're going through different worlds. But please feel free to chat on Zoom if you have any questions. Julian is there both in world and in Zoom. So please feel free to reach out to him if you need any support. Just go ahead and text those questions in on the chat. Now, if you have your audio tuned in, you may notice some of these worlds have spatial audio, like Nowhere, where we're going to start off today. So if it's too loud for you, sometimes you can move away from the source of sound in order to change that experience. You can also try your volume control, but at some cases you may just want to stay muted so that you can hear and participate effectively. Everything we're doing today, including Evo here, me, Julie, Ben, what's happening in world, it's all streaming via StreamYard today. We're sending that out to YouTube and to Twitch. So if there's something you missed, you can definitely jump back in. And if you're taking your own photos and video, that's great. Just please tag them, MetaTr. That way we know how to find you. And thank you for joining us for MetaTr Portal Crawl 3. It's really great to see you all. If you are looking for the URL, we are starting off at nowhere.io/MetaTr. This is where we begin the tour today, but also sort of where we gather. This is one of the spaces we have dedicated to this experience. I'm going to be jumping in world via another computer because I find that sometimes easier to run 2 machines at once as we're doing this today.
Yeah, are you going on your laptop for this world?
I'm going to go and be in my laptop on another machine so that we don't have too much sound bleed. But we will talk over some of what people are experiencing here on the stream as well. And Julie, I'm going to go ahead and pull us out and go full screen here to Nowhere. And we'll begin to have a little bit more of a social experience. Nowhere has been around since 2020, I believe. I may have been around a little bit before that, but I first jumped in the fall of 2020. John and his team, I believe, are based in New York and have built an amazing platform that is it is XR. It's on the web. It is social. It is great for galleries and events and all types of experiences. And it's also video based instead of avatar based. So that's a slightly different experience than what most people are used to. So if this is your first time in Nowhere, you've never seen this before, some of what you may be experiencing is going to be brand new for you. But we have found that Nowhere is one of a number of places that we can experiment both with building lightweight, whether it's A-frame or WebXR experiences, but also building portals. And that's what we're going to explore today on this portal crawl, is the portals between worlds. So Nowhere is one of a series of hubs that we use, and you can see some of the social experience now as others here are more exploring from a sort of get-together point of view. Some of the things we've used Nowhere for over the last few years include live gallery events in New York with New York Live Arts. We've done VIP shows and music shows where you get to be backstage with the artist. You can see some of them are doing fun little flips and things as well.
Evo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so I don't believe you're live in Nowhere. Do you have your mic on in Nowhere? Because
I am still coming into Nowhere and just speaking over the stream at this point. So
okay.
I'm just doing context here while y'all socialize in Nowhere. Please feel free
Sounds
to
good.
do as you see fit. I just want to make sure those of you who are seeing this in the video later on know a little bit about what this world might be used for. And if you're thinking about trying this world out, it is not avatar based, it is video based, as you can see. You can send any avatar you want to that. But it is one of those places where you can really explore and experiment together. On today's portal crawl, I believe we are going to a total of 6 different worlds. We're going to stay here for just a few minutes, and then we're going to be heading off to a more social shopping and sort of commercial experience. But this is really a great place to get used to a lightweight social experience that pretty much anyone can do. It's on the web, it's easy to use, and it makes it a lot of fun to gather with your friends. I see a lot of smiling faces there. There's Cause and Christy, who are builders for one of the upcoming event spaces we're about to see at the Flying Saucer Club. We're going to be going to a total of 6 worlds today, starting off here at Nowhere, and then we will be going to the mall.io, Dreamwave, VRLand, FIVARS World, and the Flying Saucer Club. Now, just a reminder that if you need support at any time, you can come into our Zoom, and that is where there is support chat. You can find Julian in there and Karen and all of our friends who can hopefully help you find us if for some reason you lose the tour today or you just want to find out more. Now, if you're not watching this live and you're wondering, what is this? MetaTr Versal Portal Crawl 3 is the latest in a series of events where we are exploring portals across the metaverse. We're exploring how the metaverse fits together, and that includes the 3D interoperable web. So the worlds that we're exploring today are websites, and this is happening on the web. I'm going to give you that URL if you didn't have it already. That's nowhere.io, MetaTr Versal. And this is one of a number of worlds that we are portaling between today in order to explore how these different spaces might be connected. I'm going to go ahead and come into Nowhere. All right.
Oh, Evo, hi.
Evo, let's get everybody ready to go to the next stop in 2 minutes or so, so we can get started on the mall.
Sounds great.
There's the mall door over on the side there.
Yeah, so we're going to be going through a portal to the next world, which is the mall. And I'm going to head my avatar in Nowhere toward the mall. And I think you're going to see that shortly. It's a glowing one that looks really lovely, like sort of a mountain in reflection. And so I think if you follow my avatar, we can go through the portal shortly and you can gather those folks. So the next world we're going to go to after Nowhere, which is a great place for social groups to gather, but it's so easy to go to other places, right? So we're now going to jump across the open metaverse or the web, and we're going to be going to the mall.io. So I'm going to walk through this portal right now. And I think our camera is going to be going through shortly as well. Our next URL that we're going to is called The Mall, and that's themall.io. And in this world, it is avatar based. So we are going to be making sure we pick an avatar as we walk on in. And I'm going to pick one right now. It just takes a moment to sort of initialize yourself, and you enter your name to join, just like most of these worlds. So there is just a quick little jump between worlds. And for those of you who are in Nowhere, we're going to go ahead and jump right now to themall.io. All right, let's go through that portal. Let's go. All right. So this is the entryway into the mall.io. You can see you pick a name real quick and you give it an avatar, and then it's going to take just a moment to load the world itself. Now, what we're going into the mall, built by a team called MetaVerse, of which Julie, our amazing colleague here, is a big part of that team and creator, amazing builder as well. So Julie is going to be sharing a bit of the wall with us both on the stream, but also in world as we're loading it up. It's going to take just a moment. As you can imagine, a mall is full of assets, and sometimes each store in a mall might have thousands of assets if you're thinking about the real world. So creating that in XR is quite a challenge. And so Julie is going to be sharing a little bit of that experience with us. I'm
Evo, in Nowhere, no one could hear you. So those instructions were lost. You need to be in Nowhere. I'm going to
Yeah,
tell
I had
everybody
already jumped out of Nowhere. I've already portaled to the mall.
All right. Yeah, Julian was asking.
Yeah, please go ahead and give them the same instructions, but I'm already over at the mall. It's loading now. And we're going to have Julie come and share just a little bit as it loads up. As you can see, it's downloading and it takes just a moment to bring that in. But then we should have the room chat and we should be able to see a little bit of what's happening inside this place.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Evo. I know this is tricky and appreciate everybody's patience as they're trying something new here for Metaverse. We're pretty excited about this product. Everything that you see here and experience is being produced and is powered by our Metaverse game engine. It's a web-based game engine. What you're entering is a product of the game engine. And we've built out a 100 million square foot mall that is fully Web3 operational, right down to the marketplace, and also transactions using our partner, the Hedera blockchain, which is transacting HBAR. So I'm just waiting to see if people are coming in. I don't see. Yes, I don't know if they're still in Nowhere chatting or not, but
I think some folks are still loading it in. I was able to load it, but very slowly. So I think on each of these traversals, sometimes the timing takes longer for
sure. And I think this is probably a really good place to add, to add the fact that browser management is super important as we start to just deal with Web3 in general, portaling especially as you're going through these communications platforms that are using your audio and your video cameras and permissions around that. So it's it's a new situation for us, for everyone to have browser tab management, right? And yeah, to optimize your performance in these experiences.
Hey, Julie, does this work in all different browsers, or is there a preferred browser for this experience if you're on the web?
It's built for Chromium, so right down, and even Safari. So some people may be challenged based on what device they're, what they're using.
I had trouble in Firefox.
I think it's important to tell people in Nowhere to use the portal in Nowhere, because the mall.io, I think the confusion, people aren't watching the live stream. So when we're narrating the live stream, we also need to have our audio in the world.
Okay, I will do my best with that, but Ben, I can't get all these worlds to open. For example,
yeah, and the audio
or have an open mic in Zoom, because that's where other people are.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to be careful of audio crossover. If Evo opens her mic both in StreamYard and in one of these other worlds, then there's going to be crossover, because if I'm listening to it, it's going to go bouncing back in. So,
exactly. And the tricky URL is only available in Nowhere through the portal door. Otherwise, I think if people are going to the mall.io, they might be just getting the splash screen and not the world.
Right. Well, we've got a bunch of people coming in now. I'm showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 9 people are about to show in. So they're coming. We can go for a run.
Julie, I'm coming, but it's a switch to go over to Chrome for me. So we'll get there. I'm going back in through Nowhere, and we will make it work.
Sure. Sounds good. Welcome, everyone. And then, I can talk in the mall, but if they're listening through StreamYard or not, what would you like me to try, Ben? And making sure, let me see if I can find, if Karen's back in here, she'll jump for me and tell me she can hear me. She's jumping. But can you hear me, Karen? All right. Well, feel free to run through the mall as people are coming in. Right now, there's this landing spot. The mall here is 500,000 square feet in size. Each floor is 1 million square feet. And what you've entered into is producing all at once on your browser is 500,000 square feet with 500 megabytes, 1,500 textures, 600 and 2.5 million polys. So I think I hear Karen talking through the mall world as well. So just I'm just being careful of what I'm producing here. If you run to any of the corners, there's some configurators where you can change out a scene. But again, so I'm not sure where that feed's coming from.
I'm trying to join you again. Hopefully it's going to come and let me
Yeah,
in.
I see you coming, Evo.
Excellent. All right, great. I'm glad it's working. So yeah, if those of you who are trying them all for the first time are struggling a little bit, Chrome is definitely your best bet, although Safari is an option as well. I get the sense that, Julie, this works on mobile phones, but the ideal experience is going to be either in headset or in on the browser. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. So I have them all open, and of course, there's conversations going on behind me that are feeding in. This is made for mobile, for newer mobile devices right now, and we are building right up to VR. But most importantly, it's mobile and tablet.
Got it. Got it. Well, I number one, love what you're doing as a social space, as a third space. I was one of those early avatars who was making like $50 a week on virtual goods back in the early Second Life days. So this feels very familiar, and also feels like something that as a creator, I understand how to engage with this place. Like, you've got a very clear sort of value proposition. You understand how it all works. The user interface seems very clear. And, as far as ease of use goes, this strikes me as something that's extremely versatile for all of the commercial audiences out there.
Exactly. And I think one of the key factors here is that, here, I'm going to see if I can speak in the mall too. I think one of the key factors about the mall is the fact that you can do this with somebody else, right? And that's the going to, sorry, I'm letting everybody in. It's like, this is now a social experience, and that's key. That's key for brands now, to be able to attach their brand into a social experience.
That makes a lot of sense, Julie. And thank you so much for the insight into how Metaverse and how the mall here specifically. So we're in the mall.io right now. For those of you who are new to this space or haven't been here before, this is a social space for everything that would happen in a mall: commercial experiences, shopping, brand experiences of all types. There's a cool thing here called the Juicyverse, which is over on one side here. I'm going to walk over toward the Juicyverse right now, and maybe we can bring our camera there as well. But this is one of those sort of early brand experiences that was built out by the team at Metaverse over the last few weeks. So Julie, I think we should make sure we've gathered all the folks.
Move. Yeah.
If I can say one more thing, if I could say one more thing about this, is the cool thing is that you can have a private instance of it, and it's not public unless you want it.
Right. So you can have private conversations here or public gatherings, right? It's a wide mix.
Well, if you go back to creating the rooms you vote, you can actually create your own instance.
Right. Oh, I love being able to go between modes. Not every platform lets me do that. Yes. How do I get this bar on the right-hand side that shows all the people? How do I get that out? I've lost my screen.
Let you hear a little bit of our conversation in World as people learn the new interfaces. Every time we jump into a new world, it's a new experience, right? So whether it's coming into a commercial zone where the experience zones might be something connected to something we know from the physical world, like Juicy Fruit and the Juicyverse, or coming into something that's completely new, like some of the worlds we're about to go to as well. Julie, this is a fantastic build. You've worked so hard on this as your team has been getting it out over the past year. Any parting words you want us to be thinking about as we're thinking about how this fits into the broader Metaverse experience?
Yeah, I would love to. Unfortunately, there's a lot of sound coming from the mall, and if I turn it off or turn everything off. Come to the mall. Use it as you will. Use it as much as you would like. You all have to log in.
Julie, if you can hear me, let's ask the avatars in World to pose before we go.
Yeah, let's do a group photo together. I am going to come and join some of you. Maybe we, I see Cause and Karen here.
Get in front of the MetaTr versal avatar. That's me. That's the camera.
Ooh, of course, I can't see which one is the MetaTr versal avatar. All right, let's see if I can find you. I can't. I can only see the names for a few meters and then I lose them again. So I'm going to look for a cluster of people and then I'm going to join that cluster when I see them clustering. So this is part of the fun dynamics of a social experience. Having a place where people know to gather and do a thing is sometimes it takes a moment. All right, so I'm going to follow the dancing people. They seem to know what they're doing. And maybe Ben, we can follow. See, oh, there I'm walking. Yeah, I'm walking over here to Karen. Karen's looking great. She's got a cute little outfit on. All right, that's a start of a group. Here we go. All right. All right, Ben, I'm going to see how we do with a group shot. But
all right, let's bring everybody back to nowhere to go to VRLand.
All right. So for those of you who are still using URLs, that's how we use a URL. But Julie, is there a portal here that we can go back to Nowhere as well? All right, so we're going to go back through the browser. If you are in browser and you also just want to hit the back button to go back to nowhere.io/MetaTr. And Julie, let's go ahead and give them the same announce in the room. And I'll go ahead and meet you there back at nowhere.io. Thanks for you joining us in Zoom. I have found that if I open up all my mics, it will be too painful on us. So we're going to do this one mic at a time. It's just a lot easier on sound isolation today. So thanks for your patience as we find the right mix of microphones to leave open today. All right, so we are going to enter back to nowhere.io/MetaTr, which is our hub for today. All of the portals for today can be found at this URL. And this is a place that we keep in terms of our experiences and our experimentation. But many of us have been using this platform now for a couple of years. So if you're new to it, this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're looking for special tips on ways that you can use some of these platforms, maybe a video-based solution is new to you, we can talk about that as well. All right, we're back. Let's see if I can see Ben's camera.
Hi, Evo.
Should be able to open up camera. I should be able to open up my mic.
Can you hear me, Evo?
I can, Ben, yes.
Excellent. So we're off to Dreamwave next. So once we get everybody back together in Nowhere, we're going to go through the Dreamwave portal.
Excellent. So as I mentioned, this specific space that we have, which is nowhere.io, MetaTr, is our hub for today, and all of our portals are lined up together. So we just went to the mall, and the next one we're going to be going to is called Dreamwave. Now that is, for those of you who are new to these platforms, dreamwave.live. Dreamwave has a portal which looks like a TV head. So I'm going to go ahead and try to message to the rest of the folks to join me over here at this portal. And what we're going to be doing is jumping over to dreamwave.live by Active Theory. All right, Ben, if you can see me and hear me.
I can, Evo. And so we're going to head off to Dreamwave.
All right, dreamwave.live next. And this will take just a moment to load up again. Just a reminder that each of these portals is a completely different platform, and your experience may vary. If you were challenged with anything at any time, you can go back to our Zoom where some folks are hanging out and can help you out. If you need the support chat in the Zoom, that is the bit.ly to get there. But we are now headed to dreamwave.live. All right, and I believe I'm in now. So I'm one of those fun little TV heads you're seeing running around. Whee, there I'm running. That's fun.
Evo, you can tell people with a smiley face in the upper right-hand corner that they can change their name.
All right. So if you're first time in Dreamwave, you can set your name. It's in the top right corner. It's under the emoji. So that will, and I set mine as EVP. That's wrong. How about I save it as EVO? All right. And then you can customize your avatar as well. So you can make yourself a different color. I tend to like myself green. And I'm going to make myself have some bows. So that's fun. And then let's see, do you see me when I run around? You might. Yeah, all right. So I'm that green little dash as you you can see that we are these funny little TV heads here in Dreamwave. So beautiful light color and quality overall. You can do some customization here. You can create voice chat zones, and those voice chat zones can give us some time to have a more detailed conversation with each other. So I'm going to enable my microphone in Dreamwave and talk to folks there. So let's see.
And people need to be close to you to be able to hear you because it has chat zones.
Right. So these are spatialized audio. And you can also do sort of emoji responses that are dances and things like that. So what you just saw there, really simple sort of dance move that my avatar is doing now. So you have some expression. It's not the same as like a Ready Player Me sort of fully activated human, but you can do some personalization of your avatars in Dreamwave. I see some avatar play with the different emoji craft here. It looks like, ooh, doing a fire dance. I kind of love these dances, actually. They're really fun. In terms of having a place where you just want to like go and hang out with your friends for a few minutes and talk, this is really beautiful. It looks like a dance club.
And this is also VR enabled, as will be VRLand, FIVARS, and Flying Saucer Club. So the rest of the event will be available in VR for those that want to switch.
So if you're trying to figure out those dance moves, they're at the top. They're going to look like different emoji. There's a couple of different ones. And so one looks like swimming. There's some, you know, sort of breakdancing moves as well. And you can see those. I think I'm crawling around on the floor doing some breakdancing in the background there. So those are the kinds of things that Dreamwave enables. I've been in here a few times for some social stuff. Mostly small group kind of things. I don't know what the full capacity is. Maybe Ben knows, but I love the graphics quality. I absolutely love what it looks like when you're, you know, thinking about how to have a fun dance party with a few friends for a while.
And I think we should run through the portal and check out some of the worlds. We have, actually, we should probably be moving on to VRLand in a moment, but let's just go and take a look at the other worlds first. We're a little behind schedule at the moment.
All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to jump through the next portal. And yeah, that's right over there. You can see it. It's big and easy to spot. I have not figured out how to make my avatar stop dancing. All right, so once you go to this central section back here, you'll see that there's a number of portals. And some of them are demo environments that are within the Dreamwave universe itself. So some of them look sort of cosmic. There's one that looks like a field. There's a couple of different types of environments that you can go into. So there's one that's more of like a Japanese temple style with a torii gate. And then there's one that's much more for sort of meetings or gallery type experiences as well. So Dreamwave calls itself a web-based platform for custom microverses. Microverses are communal digital spaces to help facilitate social gatherings like events, music festivals, and conferences. Each microverse is purpose-built with unique 3D plug-and-play features such as interactive live streaming, voice chat gamification, Web3 enabled wallets, NFT, Q&A, social networking, and more. So this is on the web. This is also available for something that can run a web browser, such as the Meta Quest. So if you're thinking about cross-device experiences, this is something that can do quite a bit in terms of a cross-device experience. And it says that it's optimized for up to 400 avatars currently. So Active Theory developed Dreamwave starting in 2020, and there have been a number of larger experiences here, but it seems like it can support up to 400 people. If you're looking for more information, that's Dreamwave Live or also dreamwave.tech.
Okay, Evo, I think that for the next one, we should have the mic open inside of Nowhere, because I think we didn't get a lot of people in here because people weren't able to hear you. So
Okay,
it
I
was
will
just a,
try to get my mic open. It was
yeah.
open, but
So
I
yeah,
I
so
didn't
let's
have the announcement capacity. So when I'm speaking, people aren't hearing me in there.
gotcha. Well, I'll go in and we'll make a quick go back to Nowhere, and we'll make a quick transition to VRLand,
It's
so we
really
can get to
tricky
FIVARS
because
on
I could
time.
go into the world and talk to them, but then the feedback of Evo coming back into that affects everything too. So it's almost like we need like a big sign in that world that says "Go now to the next portal," flashing lights or something.
Yeah.
Indeed, we've learned a few things already in this.
Like,
And part of the journey, you know, this is all an adventure. So we're going back to nowhere.io. I am already going over there now, and you're going to see the screen go over there shortly. So Ben, go ahead and take us over to Nowhere. And I can see that we've got some fun people already gathering in Nowhere. Let me see if my mic is on in Nowhere. It looks like they can hear me. Hopefully, it looks like there are 13 of us in Nowhere right now. That's nowhere.io/MetaTr. Also, if you are taking photos today or video, just go ahead and tag those MetaTr, and that will help us along the way so that we can add those to the archive and record. And that really helps along the long-term documentation of these experiments. Everything we're doing here is an experiment. It is work in progress because we are basically plumbing the internet in real time for the 3D experience together. Nothing you can see here is finished. Everything is a work in progress. So thanks for testing with us today. And I think I'm in 2 different places at once. All right. And I see people are connecting with me and in the friends circle here. Hopefully y'all are hearing me in Nowhere as well. But what we're going to be doing next is jumping over very quickly to VRLand.io. And Ben, yeah, hi everybody. It's really good to see you all. We're going to be jumping over quickly to VRLand.io. And this is really just a 3-minute stop. So if you see me and you can see where the VRLand.io portal is, that is a 3-minute stop. And we're just going to stay there very quickly because we want to spend as much time as possible in FIVARS world. And we're going to be going there at 12:40. So if you want to come with me quickly, we're going to go over to VRLand.io for 3 minutes, very quick. And then we're going to be going into FIVARS for a whole experience there. So this is a really quick stop. The next one we are going to is called VRLand, VRLand.io. And thank you, as I'm going to try and position my computers to have 2 conversations at once with 2 different streams. Let's see how this works.
And Evo, I'm going to try and go in VR for this one. So I will try and control my audio as well. So as I'm listening.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. And feel free to leave yourself on mute and we'll hopefully do our best to make it work. So I see myself in this is VRLand.io. Again, we're just going to stay here for just a few minutes. We've been here before in our portal crawls. And while there isn't necessarily a lot of new to share here, it is an interesting place for a couple of different reasons. So All right, so we're going to jump over to FIVARS World next, if that's right, Ben. And thank you for showing us a little bit of the VRLand experience. We're going to make sure those portals are working. And you can see the plumbing in real time, folks. That's what a portal looks like as it's being made. So we're going to be going over to FIVARS World next. And that is right here, but that is also a portal here in VRLand.io. So if you are seeing me in VRLand, we're going to go over to the portals.
And Evo, it's important for people to know they need to hit escape to dismiss the ticket screen here.
Ah, very important to know. Okay, so there is a portal. If you're going over now, you can go over to the portal from VRLand to FIVARS. If that is not working for you, or for some reason you're having trouble, I'm going to go ahead and find the URL. You can also go to the Zoom and the support chat where you can get that URL as well. And I think, Ben, we might be losing some folks getting into FIVARS. So there's a good link from the Nowhere world, if that's correct. Is that correct? If you are
There is a link in Nowhere, and it's also in the Zoom chat.
All right. So if you are in the Zoom and watching the chat, you can get to FIVARS World now in real time. FIVARS is so beautiful. It's just so beautiful.
Everyone needs to use WASD to move around in here, and keep in mind there are no video previews for the purpose. This is just to see the FIVARS world.
And Ben, if you want to share with us a little bit of the what is FIVARS, I know some of that information, but maybe not as much as you do. So feel free to go ahead and include anything. And if y'all are seeing me in Nowhere right now, we are going to FIVARS. So if you are seeing me in Nowhere right now, we are going to FIVARS, which is right over here. So please join me in FIVARS. The Festival of International Virtual and Augmented Reality Stories. That is what FIVARS stands for, the Festival of International Virtual and Augmented Reality Stories. So please remember to hit escape when you get to the ticket page, and you can just skip ahead of that for this experience. That will get you straight toward the event. And then you're going to be using the WASD keys in order to move once you're inside. So FIVARS World, for those of you who have not been here before, is a yearly festival. They have been doing portals across the open metaverse in interesting ways for a number of years now. So they explored doing portals last year as well with their galleries and partners. So this is an expansion of what FIVARS has done. And I believe we're going to be meeting up with the organizer here so that we can talk to them just a bit. All right, so I'm in the center now, and I think someone else is here as well.
So this is James Baikoyanu, who created the world.
All right, so James is here. All right, so I'm opening my mic and joining in
Yeah.
audio in FIVARS Center. So I'm going to go to the center area and we'll see if we can talk to some of them live. But yeah, there's James. James is, he's been a colleague now for a number of years, and I'm not hearing him yet, but that's me. Like I said, I'm on multiple devices, so that could be my audio issues here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on sound so I can hopefully hear. And
Eva, the sound will work. I heard you in world there for a second. So
great.
if you can turn your audio back on in FIVARS and then off on
I believe
the live
I am.
stream, it'll still there.
I believe I am on.
You are. You're good.
All right. So we are seeing FIVARS World here, which is, there is Karam. All right. So there's our festival organizers. It's great to see you. Can you hear me? Hi.
Sick jacket, Karen.
This is Evo here as well. I guess I'm Elegant Snake.
Hey, Evo.
Nice to meet you. Or see you here. I know we.
We're not hearing you, Karam.
How about now? Awesome. Cool. So yeah, welcome everybody. Here I am. This is my I've been working with the whole time since 2020. We've been building a way for people around the world to be able to participate in this festival, which is going on its 10th year now. Can you believe it? And what we have done is created a transcode system so that we can push 6K stereoscopic video from any of these kiosks. Stereoscopy. We support MB 1 and 2 audio, 5.1. We even have a couple of dome theaters, which we might pop into. And this permutations theater in a second, where we have a 4-wall system, 4 screens playing simultaneously, and the way that we're able to have content creators come and speak to folks that are experiencing their films, and also consolidate the wide variety of formats that we have all under one roof in the web.
This is amazing. I'm trying to see how well it looks like we've got a number of folks in here, 25 right.
Having to different artistic and you know what ammo as needed, so we can scale up and down. And these little jellyfish that you will come in as by default are very low impact. Everything in here is hyper optimized for performance over anything else. So it really just is
You're doing great, and we're at 31.
Evo, we need to move to flying saucer. We're past time.
All right. So our time is up, unfortunately, it's ours. So I'm going to.
There's a portal in FIVARS to go to Cause+Christi, which is the flying saucer portal.
All right. Where do we find that portal again? We need to go to the flying saucer portal. All right. Well, I am unfortunately a little bit lost in not finding the portal I was looking for. So I think it happens to the best of us. So Ben, I'm going to let you make sure that we get over to the next destination, which is the Flying Saucer Club. We are going to our last portal stop of the day. The Flying Saucer Club is a project that Cause+Christi have worked on, who have been a part of our community now for quite a number of years. And so I'm really quite excited to see it. Again, if you have lost the tour, the support chat is in the Zoom. This is MetaTr Versal Portal Crawl 3. And we are going over next to the Flying Saucer Club. There
is a portal in Nowhere, Evo. If people are listening and they want to go back to Nowhere, we can go through the portal to the Flying Saucer Club.
Got it. And just so you know, the Flying Saucer Club is a party that is happening later tonight. So if you're just hearing about this and you're like, oh, what is that?
It's actually happening Saturday night.
It's happening Saturday night, right? It's happening this weekend. So that is definitely something that you might want to look for info and check out this weekend. We're going to be jumping over to the flying-saucer-club.com details right now. Again, this is built by Cause+Christi, who are colleagues of ours and fantastic friends. They have done some really cool stuff here. If you haven't found the portal yet, it might look like it's green. It might look like a flying saucer. It's going to say the Flying Saucer. And we're going to go and find Cause+Christi. I think I saw Cause there, right?
So just so you know, when I go through the portal inside Nowhere, I end up in the frame link in the
It took me there too. It took me to the wrong place.
To the Flying Saucer Club.
And the link, unfortunately, was wrong in the Nowhere portal.
Yeah.
So we need a different URL that we can get to people.
Yeah. Can Cause hear us on that one?
I fixed it in Nowhere.
Okay.
We'll try going back again. This is where addresses matter tremendously when you're thinking about moving across the web, and the consistency of an address, right? In the physical world, we have addresses, so we know where to find things, but that's not always the case. So if you are in Nowhere right now, we're going over here to the Flying Saucer. That link should hopefully be working now. It should not go to frame. It should go to The flying saucer, framevr.io, the flying saucer. Okay. And I've got it working now. Great. And Frame, I believe, also can host up to 300 people. You can customize your avatars and do a number of things here. So if you are using a Ready Player Me avatar or something like that. Because I was wondering if you could talk a little bit. Oh, music alert. Excellent. The party has kicked off. Cause+Christi, I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about the world that we're in and maybe help us understand what we're seeing. Um,
in Blender, but then it was brought into Unity for all the special effects. But now this was all done again in Blender, but then all the shader work and stuff is Traveling.js because this is not using Unity at all.
Yep.
Nice.
100% WebXR.
I'm giving them different views in the stream. So we've got both you here and we're also looking at the club. So we can go over to the club as well if you want. All right.
This is our bouncer. He's really nice, you know.
Big show.
That's awesome. So is this where my band can come play when I want to come to the show? Awesome. I'm excited. All right. Okay, so you're opening this space now. This is going to be a public space. We're hearing it. Yeah. And yeah. Woo! Well, I don't know if our portals work perfectly today, but we definitely found some fun spots.
I would be curious to see how much this translates into color. We don't have the animated like textures yet, but the rest of it should go through. We should
Yeah,
this
textures place still looks good without the animated lighting. I mean, it can still work.
Well, the light, well, like those.
Hey,
like,
can you hear me okay?
Those are geometry that's going down.
All right.
There you go. Can you hear me?
Like these center lights are all like geometry.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's like just fine.
Howdy. Yeah. Well, the shaders, because a lot of it, like having the Fresnel light shaders and stuff. Just having the, I guess I could just make it a transparent texture. It'll look a little basic, but it'll still work, you know.
Right. You're using custom shaders. They make it easy to code that.
Yes, Babylon JS has a node shader editor, so you can.
Oh no, we're also building that way.
Oh, dude, this will work just fine. You guys need to integrate the
Actually,
node
yeah,
shader.
just if there's some custom code we have to just work with you to make.
Hello.
No.
It should be fine.
No. So what? Wait.
Naga.
So I don't know what Frame does. So I go over to the node material editor. I make my shader, and then I save a snippet server, and then I get that little snippet ID, and then I put that in the material name of.
Yeah, we're gonna drop off the sound pretty soon here in Frame. I just want to go ahead and for those of you who are on the stream and have been watching along for the last hour, this has been MetaTr Versal Portal Crawl 3. We are at the end of our first hour here and we're going to be wrapping up, but I wanted you to have some time to see Cause+Christi in action and see the work that they do here. And more broadly, get a sense of how all of these worlds fit together. This is a dance club. What we're seeing right now, the Flying Saucer Club, is built in Frame VR. FrameVR.io, Flying Saucer is going to be open to the public for a big event starting this Saturday. So that is one way that I'm not sure if you can hear me, but Julie might be also in world. So I think we might have her more in world than here.
I'm here. I'm here. I can hear you. I'm just afraid of noise and feedback.
Of the bleed. I know. I had to unfortunately leave the dance club because it was so loud. But this has been fantastic. Julie, obviously some portals worked better than others today, but yeah. How was this portal crawl for you? That was a pretty wide variety of experiences we just saw in the last hour.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, I was reading somebody's comment and it said, you know, it was quite chaotic and yeah, it's going to be for a while until we figure this out. It's, you know, it's, has to be a very forgiving kind of atmosphere right now as we're trying to figure out everyone's audio. And like, even after we left the mall, you know, I look back and there's still somebody in the mall and their mic was open, you know? So, again, it comes back to everybody's got to start to manage their browsers and their communications, because it's going to start to overlap and the systems are going to be fighting for the device control as well.
And what we're doing is a little bit insane.
More importantly, it's best practice too. And it's insane. It's insane, but we're always pushing the limits, right?
Right.
We're here to push the limits.
We just took 30 people across 6 platforms in an hour, which is quite a thing. And we obviously, not all portals are two-way portals. Some of these, as you can see, are one-way portals. We can get in, but we can't necessarily go to the next worlds. Yeah. So this is an opportunity for those of you who are platform holders to think about whether those two-way portals could add to your social experience, right? So FrameVR.io, we can go with 300 people from one world to the next. We want to come to your world next. So if you've got a world with two-way portals, whether it's VR or on the web, we would love to check it out. And you can get in touch with us at hashtag MetaTr. If you took any shots or video of today, that would also be great to share. Ben and Julie, any other notes?
No, I think, it's just leaving with the thought of, it's great to go from portal to portal, but in the case of the mall, for example, where we're setting up wallets and the future of a marketplace where there's fiat and cryptocurrencies going to be taking place, that's where we have to stop and go, whoa, hold on. If I buy something in this world, how does it go into the next world when we start portaling? So we'll save that conversation for the next time, but that's the bigger question that comes out of these portal crawls is how do we make them.
This is where the overlap in the working groups of the Metaverse Standards Forum come into play, because there are people that are handling identity, there are people that are handling digital assets, there's 3D asset interoperability, and all of these things that are yet to be solved. And the point of these exercises that we're doing is to demonstrate the need to solve them.
So as you can see, we're a long way from having a fully interoperable 3D web or metaverse, but we're getting there. There are amazing platforms, large and small, that are exploring how to bring it all together and to make these social experiences easy for pretty much everyone. I mean, Julie, you were on a VR headset for half of this. Could you do most everything in VR?
No. And actually I tried Nowhere, which was kind of interesting because I had a side conversation with that team and they're like, oh, we're not plugged in for that. And I said, that's okay. I was actually, because I had my desktop in World as a dashboard with each of the tabs of all the worlds that we were going to, because I was going to try and see if I could. And some of them aren't set up, like Nowhere is not set up for, for immersive, but I could interact with it on 3D within the small window, and then I could control it, and I had a full conversation. So while I wasn't completely immersed, yes, I was in the headset, I could communicate, but I could not spatially walk around. So there's still some limitations, and there's things that the teams have to work on, but they have to get the web right in 2D first before they can go immersive. So there's a lot of steps to get to the right, the right place of immersion. So
well, I just want to thank Julie. Thank you for all of your hard work bringing us to the mall today. I'm going to do a quick rundown of the worlds we went to today. There was Nowhere.io, MetaTr. That's one of our hub spots. The Mall.io from Metaverse, from Julie's team, and Dreamwave, Dreamwave.live, great for a small social experience, VRLand.io, and FIVARS World, which is the festival that we saw. And there's a lot of great stuff in the festival we did not get to today. So I would encourage you to try and check out FIVARS, as well as our partners on the XR job side. We've been just having tremendous partners, both large and small, coming together as part of MetaTr. So from all of us here, Julian, giving a shout out to Julian and Karen and all of our colleagues, Cause+Christi at the
don't forget about Cause's Flying Saucer Club.
Saucer Club. If you're
looking a party on Saturday, be a party on Saturday. So everybody needs, if you're around Saturday night, Cause is hosting everybody, and Alan Smithson, he's going to be piping in and DJing live from our house. So he's going to open everybody up, which will be fun.
DJing. All right. Excellent.
Alan's DJing, and we have a live party happening here. So a bit of IRL and hybrid and all the virtual things happening. So yeah, you might see a live feed as well from here. So.
Well, this is a dance club for 300 people this weekend, so bring your friends. It sounds like it's going to be hopping on Saturday. And from all of us at MetaTr here, thanks for joining us. I'm Evo Haining, Julie Smithson, Ben Irwin, our fearless guy behind the scenes, directing, producing, and also Julian Reyes, who has been instrumental in making sure that we get all of this working. Thank you for all of your hard work today, both on the Zoom and broadly across the board. I think we're wrapping up. So have a wonderful day. And I'm going to just leave you out with the dance club. This is...
Thanks, Evo. Great job.
Thank you, Evo. Thanks.
Have a great
Thanks,
day.
everyone.